I am so excited to interview my next guest. His name is Andrew Arrieta, Elk Grove, California, and I love his bio. Single dad to a beautiful 8-year-old girl who is the best. And by day, he helps future people plan for their future financially, which is I want to ask him soon, like how he even got into that. His journey as a dad so far has been a lot of learning and growing. Being a dad at a young age, he had to grow up really fast. And I love how he was very vulnerable, sharing that he has made mistake after mistake. Wasn't easy, but being a dad is, as we all know, as a parent, very rewarding yet very challenging. And I just love that he is agreeing to share, that even though it was, if everything is worth it when you have a child, but the struggles that came along with fatherhood. Thank you so much, Andrew, for being here. And I would love to find out first, what has your daughter taught you about yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Karen. Really appreciate it. Annalise, that's my daughter's name. She is 8 now, and over the last 8+ years since she's been born, she's taught me pretty much to grow up. You gotta put all the childish things behind you. It's okay to have fun, do certain things, but at the end of the day, you gotta be there for your kids, right? And make sure that you take care of them and you can role model for them some good behaviors. So sometimes you gotta get rid of some of those bad ones you have too.
What do you think were some of the challenges, given that you were very, very young, and now, I'm sure it seems like it's been longer than 8 years, right? All the adventures
Yeah,
and things.
yeah, it's been fun. Some of the challenges, I guess, being young, maybe choosing the right person to have a family with. Her mom is awesome, great mother. Unfortunately, that didn't work out between us, which is okay. But if you have a chance, make sure that you just really find that person that you can build a family with, because it makes it a lot easier. And if it doesn't work, that's okay too. But realize that it's okay to have separate families, because I think it's a lot better to have two homes that don't fight than having one home that does fight, for your kids, so they could really grow up, not seeing unnecessary things,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
you could really build that household that you want for your kids, or for my daughter and all that. So
So, what about career-wise? Do you think having a daughter influenced you in choosing what career path you wanted to pursue?
yeah, so like we were just talking about a little bit earlier, I got started with my career at CalFit at the gym, right when my daughter was born, literally a week before she was born. I didn't even get a chance to take like a day off or anything like that. Right afterwards, but I was working the front desk. I worked all the way up to a sales manager position. So it was great because I could provide for her. But the only thing is, I was working 50, 60 hours. I could provide monetarily, but I wasn't able to do everything I wanted to do when I had her. And if I did, I was exhausted. So I would
Hmm.
want to sleep. I would try to plan special days, but it was just really hard having that kind of work schedule. So during the whole COVID thing, I decided to change it up, leave, and start a new career. So now I help people plan for the future financially, like the bio said. So I help them with their life insurance, their retirement, or their college like funding needs for their kids. And I really love what I do because I can help people plan for that. But for me, it gives me the flexibility now to be with my daughter. Now I could spend that time with her, really make an impact in her life, and not have to really stress about not seeing her and all of that. So yeah.
What do you think are the favorite memories that your daughter will have, during like the past few years, especially during the pandemic? I'm sure a lot of, it was hard, but what do you think are the fun memories that you folks created?
Pancakes in the morning. I feel like every morning I have now made banana pancakes with her, and then I would also play that banana pancake song by is it Jack, not Jack,
Jack Johnson?
can't even think. Jack, yeah, Jack Johnson,
Oh,
yeah. So
wow.
we'll play that, make either banana pancakes, some bacon, some eggs, boiled eggs. That's like what we do almost every morning. During the pandemic, we started rollerblading a lot. So we would rollerblade everywhere. Um, the Casunas River Preserve. So we've been there quite a few times. So she likes to hike, go see the animals, go kind of take a look at like all the birds, all the plants. So we do that trip quite often, and just hanging out, just between me and her. Whether we're watching TV, doing some coloring project, we're always together. So it's been a very the pandemic really sucks for a lot of people, but for us it was nice bonding experience where we had a chance to get a lot closer. So
I think that that's what we realized. There's a lot of silver linings, that people realized that before you were like super busy, you couldn't even enjoy family time, and then it worked both ways, right? Some people realized, oh my gosh, I don't like my family, and then other people
yeah.
reunited and relearned and tried different things. But wow, just that sharing of the banana pancakes and the hike, the rollerblading. I mean, you provide so much where, I'm sure you are like the Superman in your daughter's life. And I think oh, I wanted to ask you just a quick question. What memories do you have like of your dad? I mean, how was some of
Oh,
what
with
you
my dad.
learned? Yeah.
My dad was a very hardworking man. He still is. He's a welder, so he works on like train engines and everything like that. And he's kind of like the handyman. So he would fix everything and everything. Little MacGyver, I guess, right?
Yes, yes.
So my memories with him is when he was younger, he was a boxer. I didn't pursue it like for like a professional thing or anything like that. But even to this day, I still can't beat him. He's still faster than me when it comes to that. So we would always, play around, box. We would play catch a lot. I used to play sports when I was younger, so he would always, make time to go to football with me. So that was a lot of fun. And then he always had me help out with, fixing the cars or anything like that. But my main job was to hold the flashlight. So I was that kid that was holding the flashlight, watching. Uh, yeah, no, my dad was great, and he still is. So he's still a big part of our family and everything.
So it sounds like he was a good role model. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of times I think, boys who don't have that connection or even learn like, what does a dad do? You either pick it up through experience
Yeah,
or you're taught it.
exactly.
So my other question, you were mentioning that you feel that you have learned how to control your temper or how to like, what is it, respond before, right? I mean, just really think before you respond. How do you
Yeah,
get that? Because sometimes we do react. It's just natural.
yeah,
Tempers fly when, I mean, can you imagine if she just accidentally like dropped your phone or your laptop and it cracks? I mean, certain things, it is hard not to go, oh, it's okay. You
yeah.
have to.
Well, I guess you just try to. I don't know. I try to just laugh it off. Like it sucks in the moment, but the moment's gonna pass. Just take a deep breath. It's gonna be fine. And you really get to that point, I think, is if you consciously try to get better at it. Like it's gonna
True.
happen, and we can always react with anger or get mad really quickly. Kind of explode on them. But what is I gonna do for your kids or for my daughter, right? So if I reacted every single time she dropped my phone, for example,
Yes.
um, and then she's gonna get scared of me. I could just take a deep breath. It's okay. It's just a phone. I could buy another one if it really does break. It's gonna be fine. So
I
just
love that.
kind of think before you respond.
Well, because as an educator, I mean, I think I would say over 80% of my kids and my students are fearful. They're like, oh no, please don't tell my mom that I, failed my spelling test, or please don't tell my mom that I just said that. And it
Yeah,
is sad, but I think we don't realize the fear that we can place, upon our kids. And we don't know the effect, of what you said, that split reaction that you don't, you know, was that a learned behavior or did you have to?
I definitely had to work on it. I mean, I probably had a temper when I was a lot younger, but as I've gotten older, I just kind of brush everything off. It's okay. Like everything's gonna be fine, and just know that you want to have that open communication with your kids all the time. So if you do react that way, then they're gonna become hesitant, like we're just saying, and then
Hmm.
you're not gonna have that relationship. And as they get older, I don't know yet because she's only 8, but
Yeah.
I want to make
Those
sure we
teenage
have that.
years. Yeah.
Exactly. I want to make sure we have that open communication with teenagers. I don't want her sneaking out without feeling like she could not tell me or hiding things behind my back. So I want to make sure that's always there. So if anything does happen, because it's gonna happen, she's probably gonna go out like I did and go do
Yeah.
some dumb stuff. And I just want to make sure I'm the first phone call. I want to be there if anything does happen.
It sounds like you're on that way because that's the one thing I realize if you just teach your children no matter what, that, it's that you won't judge them, which is
Yeah.
really hard. Sometimes inside you're like, oh my gosh, but outside just knowing that they do feel that you're providing like a safe environment, you know?
Yeah.
So picture her at 16.
Hmm.
How do you think, what's the first thought that enters your mind?
Um, excited, nervous. I probably need to work out some more, scare all the boys, I guess. No, I don't know. I'll be super excited by the time she's 16. She's going to be a sophomore, junior in high school,
Yes.
planning for her future, whether she decides to go to a college far away, a college nearby, or doesn't even decide to do that, tries to do something totally different. But, her life's just kind of getting started. So I want to make sure it's full of opportunities because, like, right now, she loves like math and science, and she's like in this coding program. I want to make sure those
Wow.
interests stay relevant. I don't want her, so it happens all the time, unfortunately, when girls do get to that 12, 13-year-old, it's going to happen, but they're going to see boys or whoever else, and they're going to, kind of change their personality to want some attention. And
Yeah,
I don't
that
want her to ever feel,
acceptance. Yeah.
yeah, I don't ever want her to ever feel like she has to give up that part of her to pursue somebody else's, you know, I can't even
Oh
think of the right
yeah.
word right now.
Well, I mean,
There
because they
that
want that, yeah, they want that. It's a lot of it is acceptance and feeling that, they've defined their worth, right?
Yeah,
They
there we
define
go.
their worth by whether they're accepted or not, whether they're liked, which is why I think a lot of girls who, don't experience that, they personalize it, and then it does affect academics. It affects
Yeah,
their whole self-esteem, which is why I think everything that you're doing, you're building your daughter's self-esteem without the need, right? You hear about if they don't have that at the home, they will seek outside. And so the first person who boosts their self-esteem, they think, oh my gosh, this person sees me. But I think if
yeah,
they're seen at home, you know,
exactly. And that's what I want to keep happening for her, where she feels like she come to me with everything. So there's this thing that I've noticed where it could be a good thing, bad thing. It's just what I've noticed is where kids are excellent when they go to school. But when they're home, they can kind of be a little bit crazy and all of that. Or it's the other way around where they're angels at home, but they're crazy at school. So my daughter's really well behaved when she's around other people and all of that. I think that's great. But when she's at home, she's able to let her barrier down and really be able to just express herself. And I like that a lot because now she feels comfortable enough to be a little crazy, be a little bit more fun, and let herself come out.
well, I was going to say that the only reason why they do that is because they feel safe at home, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll feel like they have that teacher at home, they have the teacher at school, and they're never able to just embrace being them, without being
Hmm.
feeling judged.
Exactly.
So, what is your dream for your daughter, if you could have anything?
My dream for her is
Yeah.
whatever she wants to be. Right now, what was the last thing she said she wanted to do? A veterinarian, I think is what she was saying. So she wants to work with animals. She loves animals a lot. Um, yeah, I think that was the last one. Yeah, whatever she likes to do. I think she was talking about being a firefighter when she was younger. She used to watch
Oh wow!
all
Don't
those
you love
rescue
that
shows.
evolving, that constantly evolving dream that changes from time to time? And I always tell
Yeah.
kids, and it's okay, even if you change within college. Or I was telling my daughter, I would never have dreamt of changing careers or adding another career. During the pandemic in my 50s, I thought no, normally like in the old days, you just have a career. You might be unhappy, but you stick it out for decades,
Yep.
right? So you can say, I've been with the whatever organization for 30 years. I'm not happy, but you know what? I have this, award. I have this watch or something. But that's
Yeah.
great that you are being open-minded and letting your daughter choose her dream.
Yep. Yeah. So whatever she chooses, I'm there to support her. I really hope that she never does fall into that trap where she's 30, 50 years into a company just for that award. But what do they call the whole pandemic, the great resignation, right? A lot of
Yes.
people quit because
Yes.
they're unhappy. I was one of them. So find something that you truly want to do and
Well, I
just
think that was the
do
gift
that.
of the
Right.
pandemic, right? I
Yeah.
think we realized life is too short. Why am I suffering just for financial security? or why I'm in this, even relationships, right? Relationships ended in the middle of the pandemic because they realized, wait, do I want to be in this relationship for the rest of my life?
Yeah, exactly. And some people didn't want that, and that's okay as long as you acknowledge it, because it's worse to stick it out and be unhappy. Like there's no reason for that. You got to be happy, because when you're happy, you can finally get back to other people, right?
Oh,
So
I love that quote. Well, because before we were taught, though, you persevere, and then it was, just admired to be in a marriage for, I think someone, it was like 67 years. And
mhm.
I don't know if you saw this, and she filed for divorce.
After 70 years, 6 years.
Yeah. She was about going to turn 90, and she found out that her husband was with her best friend right when they got married. And they said, the lawyer was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? You're going to be 90." And she said, "Yes, I want to do this," because she felt her whole marriage was a lie. And so during the
Yeah,
pandemic, I think a lot of people realized, is it really a good thing to stick it out, whether it's employment, you
yeah.
know, friendships, marriages? I mean, and that's my closing question. How do you feel about, and like, when do you know? When do you know to leave, whether a job, a relationship? I mean, because this is a skill, it is a skill to teach your children. Otherwise, I mean, what you say, if you say you got to be tough and you have to stick it out no matter what, they will
Yeah.
sacrifice their happiness, right? But you
Hmm.
seem to be saying, no. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, well, I guess let me start here. Perseverance and all of that, that's great. Don't get me wrong. Like there are trials you're gonna have to go through, whether it's relationship, fatherhood, motherhood, employment, whatever it is. Like it's okay to have it hard at times. You got
Yeah.
to still learn how to overcome that. That is a skill in itself. But at the end of the day, if it's really not bettering your life or the people's lives around you, why are you sticking it out? It's okay to leave there. Don't just give up on the first hurdle, but after a while, it's just you kind of feel it. I feel like you feel it
Hmm.
in your body. Like this isn't making me happy. I'm not going to go anywhere with this. It's okay to leave and start again, because when you do start again, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting with experience, so you're going to be
Yes.
okay. It's going to be fine. Yeah. So
So what
I
would
don't
your
really know what to
would your
tell you on like
advice be?
when
I'm
that
sorry.
time is, but I was saying there's not like a specific time frame, but I feel like you'll just know it after a while.
I agree. I think you'll know it, but what do you do with that fear? Sometimes part of you says, don't go, it's too scary. You have no idea if you're going to end up with nothing, whether it's a career or personal life. And how do you, because you had to make that decision. That's a huge,
Yeah.
big life-changing decision. How do you find that? It is a courage and it takes a lot. How do you find that?
Uh, I guess you really just have to go for it. I mean, if if you weigh out your options, if you're gonna be stuck with option A, be unhappy for the next 30 years, but I'll be okay, be comfortable. Well, option B, if you're scared, but it might not really work out in the beginning, you can always go to option C then, right? Like it's gonna get better. Like there's gonna be other opportunities and things happen to work out when you keep trying. Just really don't stop. Whenever you do stop trying, that's when you become a failure.
What a way to end. Thank
I
you
don't, yeah, I don't know
so
if that helps a
much.
little bit.
No, that's
Like,
perfect
okay.
because I think that's what a lot of us, we don't even realize that there is option C. We just think either, I'm going to be stuck, but you know what? At least I have this job or I have this relationship. And then if I leave, but like you said, even if that option B doesn't work, there's always option C and there's always another chance. And I love when you said it's not, you're not starting fresh. You're starting with experience from everything, right? I mean,
Yeah.
every failure, every experience. I mean, it sounds like at such a I don't know. It's like I said earlier when I just started chatting with Andrew that it is a compliment to have a wise soul because I think some people who are in their 80s, they because of whatever experience, they don't, have you met people, they just either they're stuck or they don't know how to maybe open themselves up to adventure or the unknown. The unknown is
Yeah.
scary, very,
I
very
mean, I mean, everybody has their own things that they go through with life, and unfortunately, sometimes it becomes too hard. And the biggest defense you could do is just close yourself up.
Yeah,
And it's okay. I understand where they're coming from, but if they can just take that extra step to get outside their comfort zone, they will see the world has so much more to offer. So
definitely. Oh my gosh, your daughter is so, so, so lucky. Thank you so much. Good luck, and let's keep in touch. And I'll send you a copy of this. You can share it with your family and show your daughter that you are just an amazing dad and person.
thank you, Karen. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.